Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Yin. I'm the General Manager of the Innovator Machinery. Today, I would like to give you a short presentation about our double knife veneer guillotines. Again, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, we are unable to visit your country and visit your factories for servicing and to introduce our new technology and new development like we used to do before. So we decided to hold several seminars, web seminars. This today is the second seminars. We will going to be a few more in the next few months. Okay, so the topic for today is the double knife veneer guillotines. I would like to start with the function of the veneer guillotine of our double knife. Also to show you the special features of our machines. Then I will move to the programming, the softwares, the specialty about the product that we have. Okay, I would like to show you a short video just to let you know the basic how the machine works. Okay, so for this video was taken one of our customers. This is looking of our double knife. It's very heavy duty, rigid, very solid. This is the videos taken from the back side, the back knife up and down here. Okay, let's go. Okay, before I start to introduce our features and the specifications, I would like to mention Savvy Technologies. Savvy is the guillotine makers in Denmark, starting back from early 1970s, which has been in the market for many years. Savvy used to be the #1 brand for the veneer guillotine market in, for example, in USA, in UK, and some part of the Europe. In 2007, we as innovators, we have the opportunity to acquire Savvy companies. So at that time, we bought the Savvy, all the drawings, spare parts, as well as the Savvy name itself. At that time, the production managers, Mr. Per, who was in Taiwan in my factories for 6 months. He told us how to build up the Savvy guillotines from the very beginning, the sketch, the foundation, and the everything. So since then, we have been producing the Savvy guillotines for almost 15 years. Wait, there's just one guy is coming in and put it in our list first. Okay, so with our double knife guillotines, we have basically 3 sizes. We have 2.8, 3.4, and up to 4 meters. This is the cutting length, which means the length of the veneer which you can cut it. The daylight opening is 80 millimeters for both 3 models, and the cutting width will be ranging from 30 millimeters up to 470 for natural veneers. And I know some of you might running with engineering, or we call it artificial veneers. If you're running with the artificial veneer, we can do up to 650 millimeters as the options. I'm talking about the width of the table. Okay, here the drawings. Wait. Here the drawings shows you the basic mechanical design for our double knife. As indicated number C here, this is the cross peg pins going up and down. And here indicate A, this is the moving working table. goes backward and forward. And of course, you have this the top knife as indicate B, and the bottom knife indicates E. And F is the is the moving fence. I will explain later how it works. And of course, you can have the movable laser line as B1 and the B2 here. So you can manually move B2, which will indicate you where the veneer bundle will be cut. Okay, I'm going to show you another video just to help you to understand more. Here is the veneer bundles. Operator press the veneer bundles and have manually. You can have the manually insert the numbers here according to the width of the veneer you want to cut it. Here you have the numbers of the total cut. Here is the actual position where it tells you the location of the moving tables. Of course, you have the laser position here, which you are moving with the movable laser line. It also tells you the position or to indicate you where the veneer will be cut. And you can push the wrong buttons, and the moving tables will come in, and the peg bins comes down. Okay, here is the most important parts of the double knife. The veneer, before the veneer bundle to be cut, the whole bundle of the veneer is pressed, and this it gives you a very big advantage, because as we know, by nature of veneers, it could be because of the moisture change, the quality of the slicing veneers. The veneer is always weaving or buckled somehow. So with the our double knife guillotines, before the veneer bundle to be cut, the whole bundle of the veneer are pressed firmly before you make a cut. And this is how we are able to produce a very straight and the parallel cuttings by the double knife. I'm going to show you the video again. Here you have the bundles on the tables, operator net. The cutting hook is there on the hunters, and also using the movable laser line and the table moving. The peg comes down, press the veneer, let it make a cut. So this is the basics, the principle of the machines. Okay, here I would like to talk about the second cut technologies. Okay, by name, as you can understand, with this second cut technology, we cut the veneer twice. As you can see on the left side, a small drawings here. For the first cut, we cut the waist of the veneer, and by the second cut, we only trim the veneer as thin as 1 millimeters. Okay, I'm going to show you the videos again, just to let you know how the second cut works. Okay, here is the demonstrations. Yeah. Okay, so you can see by the second cut here, I'm going to show you again, because this is this is something special of our double knife. Okay, the veneer is still pressed firmly here. The knife, both front knife and the rear knife, will come closer to inside the machines and make a second trims. Okay, oftentimes people ask me, what's the function of the second cuts? Well, as you know, if you want to have a very good jointing qualities by the veneer splicer, it requires two things. First, the cutting or the veneer edge must be straight and parallel. This is number one issue. And secondly, we want the edge of the veneer to be squares, or you can call it 90 degrees. And for some veneer species, for example, if you are working with maple or beech or a species where the fiber of the veneer itself is very small and tiny, it could be difficult to cut the edge squared or 90-degree with the first cut. And this is how we call the second cut technology, or even some people are running with thicker veneer. Let's say if you're running with 0.3 up 0.7 up 0.8, the second cut devices become very useful. Okay, this is the second cut technology. Okay, safety lockers. This is something very unique. You can only found it in our innovator guillotines, both single knife and the double knife. So by name itself, this is to give you 100% safety for the operators. So as you can see here, this small triangle since here is actually the knife pins. So next to the knife pins, we call the safety lockers, but it is actually hydraulic pistons. So this pin will go backward and forwards. So normally the peg pin, this pin will coming out to prevent by any cases. Let's say if there is any hydraulic malfunction, any mechanical faults, or any even small hydraulic linkings. In any cases, if the knife pin drop down, it will come in contact with the safety pin, so it will never hit. It will never cut the fingers of the operators. I'm going to show you the video again, just to explain you how exactly it works. Okay, here's the videos. This is our double knife here. So on the left corners, in and out. Okay, here you have the clear pictures. Here. Actually, there are three videos here. This is the safety devices, the lockers. Okay, so if you make this part bigger, you'll see. And I'm going to see the videos.
ભાવે એમને ગઈકાલ કહેલો જ છે મેં.
Okay. Okay, let's go back to the slides. I would like to emphasize again, you can only find this safety locker, especially in the innovator guillotines. There's no other brand, no other guillotines which come with these safety features. And this is going to give you 100% safety guarantee for your operators. This is, as innovators, whenever we design a machine, so we design new functions, safety is always the first concern that is coming up our minds. So this is something very special we can offer. Okay, the movable laser line. Yeah. So as I show you the drawings earlier, these lines which you can move manually going in and up, and the cutting line you see here, you will be actually the cutting lines. It's actually the position where the veneer bundle will be cut. And I'm going to show you the video for the same. You can see the movable laser line. You can see this is the movable laser line. Operator is moving laser line back and forth. And let's say I want to cut here. Okay, the moving. Instead of the manually put the numbers every time this might be done for some operators, you can simply just use this laser line and efficient. And also looking on the next level, and also the quality of our package. Okay, this is the movable laser line. Okay, I would like to move on to the programming, the software of the machines. So basically, with our double knife guillotines, we have 3 cutting modes. We call it the first one is the manual cut mode. The second one is called direct program mode. And the last one is called final width mode. And I'm going to explain each one just now. So with the manual cut mode, it shows you the total numbers of the cuttings and the table actual position, so you always know where the table is positioned now. The wanted position is where you can have the cutting width to be inserted. You tell the machine, let's say you want to cut 100s, 50, you want to cut 200s. You just simply put the numbers here. The laser position is when you manually move the laser lines, and it tells you where is the position of the lasers, and it's also the position of where the veneer will be cut. So this is the basic and the most commonly used cutting mode for most of the customers. And next we call the direct programming mode. Here you have the program numbers. You can set the program number 1 for one particular customer A, and with each position here, 1, 2, 3, 4, you can have different numbers here. It shows you the width of the veneer bundle to be cut. For example, it could be 200 millimeters for the position 1. It could be 225 for the position 2. It could be 250 for the position 3. And for this particular customers, those numbers, those widths which will be frequently cut, can be saved here in our programs. So if you are running with the same job orders, running with the same job work job, you can just simply touch this position 1 or 2 or 3, anyone. Then the table will move to where the veneer need to be cut. And without with this direct programming, there are 50 programs can be saved, and each program you have a 16 position can be saved. So total they can have 800 different widths to be saved. And we find out this is more than enough for most of the operators. And the last one we call the final width mode. So with the final width mode, it is very useful. Let's say if you are running with the, let's say if you want to join the veneer face or layout, let's say the finished width that we want to produce is, for example, is 1.2 meters. So you can simply put the 1.2 meters, you put the 1200 here, and those numbers here will come automatically. For example, if you want this finishing product to be produced within 2 joints, it will tell you, okay, you need to cut 600s within these veneer bundles. If you want to have the finished face to be 3 joints, and here it will tell you 400 millimeters, which tells you the width of the veneer to be cut, and this is so on, etc. So this is we call the final width mode. With this 3 modes, we find out it's more than enough. It can meet the requirements of the. We find this is we can help almost 90% of the customers with this basic cutting mode, which is coming standard in our machines. Okay, so next I'm going to move to the next topic. Okay, here we have the function we call the remote monitoring maintenance systems. So how it works, in each of our machines we have you can have a special devices. Whenever you have the software problems, programming issues, you can always contact our service center or our engineers. We will be able to assist you and to upload the new program, or to help you to diagnose diagnose the problem of the machines. Okay, here comes the question time. I'm very happy to find out during our presentation there are actually a few customers, they are sending us the questions. Okay, I'm trying to figure out. Okay, here's the question number 1. There are a few people is asking me what's the difference between the double and the single knife guillotines. The advantage of the double knife is quite obviously not only it is more efficient, it produces the parallel cuttings which single knife cannot be done. If you have an experience with the single knife, you will know there is a back fence in the backside of the machines when the operators put the veneer bundles against the fence, and you produce. Then we have the first cut. After that, the operator need to turn the veneer bundles in 180 degrees, and it's always difficult for the operator to make sure as he turns the bundles if every single piece of the veneers is against the fence again. So they might have unparalleled cuttings when you cut the other side of the bundles. So not only with the double knife guillotine is much more efficient, but most important and also the biggest advantage the double knife brings you is the parallel cuttings. Okay, this is a lot of people, many people is asking me this question. Let's come. Okay, here is another question. Okay, then more people are asking me what's the function of the second cut technology, which I have explained. As I explained earlier, I would like to emphasize again. The double knife will give you the parallel cutting, but the second cut technology give you the square cutting. Those is very important and very essential and it will help you a lot on the next splicing job, and it result a very strong and very good quality spliced veneers. Okay, this is the double knife technology. Okay, I would like to thank you so much for your time for today. I think we have running out of our time. So in any case, if you have any further questions or any issues, you are always free to send us an email at service@innovativemachinery.com. You can also scan the QR code on the right-hand corners here. It will brings you to our websites where you have more details, you have videos, photos, and all technical details in our official websites. Okay, so thank you so much today for your time, and hopefully you guys have a good day. I will see you next time very soon. Bye-bye.